time for Lizz's Ugly Bakery. Might not look pretty, but it tastes great. Let me see if I can get this down, because Liz knows what she's doing about it. Let me see if I can get this down, because it's like multi-named some kind of Valentine cake. So there's chocolate, and then there's the white chocolate, and some filling of strawberries, all layered up in a cake.
Right, but there's no chocolate, just the white chocolate. So
Wait a minute.
White chocolate.
You said chocolate.
No, I said white chocolate.
Okay.
It's white chocolate, strawberry-filled layer cake, but I also did a modern twist on the decorating because I'm trying to really learn how to decorate better, so it's not Liz's Ugly Bakery anymore. It's Liz's Okay Kind of Pretty Bakery. And, I was somewhat successful, but you can obviously tell this was not sold by an actual
Another
baker.
Pinterest fail.
Yeah. But I hope it's going to be delicious. I took strawberries, I macerated them, I cooked them down. That's the filling. There's melted white chocolate and the frosting. It's delicious.
Macerated? Is that what you said? What does that mean?
That means you put the sugar on the fruit and it brings out the natural flavor and sweetens it.
Why not just say that? You threw this big word my way and it parted my hair.
Because macerated is such a great word.
Oh, my word. Okay. So we have Ian and TJ. This is the His Radio TV producers, which, by the way, you can always watch this on Roku and Apple TV, hisradio.com, and the My HISRadio app, and see this delicious delicacy yourself. So we'll start with Ian and get his take, and then we'll move on to TJ that hasn't liked a Liz's Ugly Bakery item yet. Ian.
I really love the strawberry filling. It is really a blast of strawberry, real genuine strawberry flavor. And then the icing is really sweet, but not too sweet. I really like it.
I like how he put that. There's a blast of strawberry. Okay, now for the moment of truth. TJ, will he like it or not? Let's see.
All right, so I'll start out. Ian is completely right. He's got that blast of strawberry. It's in your mouth and it hits you in the face.
Okay.
And the icing isn't that sweet, but it's sweet enough.
All right.
But that cake is a little dry.
Oh my goodness. You hold on and you grasp at straws. It sounded like the strawberry was good. And then, you know what? Here's what you should do. Positive, negative, positive. Okay? So leave me with something positive.
But... Okay.
Don't even try it. TJ, don't even try. It's all right. It's all right. Well, the whole ingredients and the way that you can make this, it's on the Rob and Liz blog. You'll see Liz's Ugly Bakery right there. That's at hisradio.com.
His Morning Crew.
So PEEPS, the marshmallows that's just caked in sugar, are back in stores.
And a lot of people are very excited about it because they were gone for about the second half of 2020, but they're back. They have all new flavors, so I know a lot of people are excited about that.
Well, I thought it was just an Easter thing. I didn't know it was a year-round thing for PEEPS.
Oh, they got them at Christmas. They've got them for everything. 4th of July PEEPS are a thing, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Where have I been? Okay.
Not on the candy aisle.
No. John Ann's along with us at 800-447-7234. What are your thoughts about the PEEPS, John Ann?
I decided one year after seeing it on all the Facebook things and whatnot to make a PEEPS wreath. It took me about 2 years because I just slashed open the packages and waited 2 years for them to dry out. Plus, I waited till after the season so I could buy it, so I could be cheap and buy them on sale.
You are so patient to wait so long with these PEEPS to make a wreath out of them.
Yeah, it was. I actually did it at work in between running calls, and it was kind of fun. Oh, I'm a paramedic for a county service.
You were making the wreath in the bus?
No, at the station.
Okay.
No, we can't take food in the bus. Sorry.
PEEPS on the go.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
Evidently, there are a lot of PEEP fans in this world. It's Rob and Liz, His Morning Crew, on His Radio. The things are back in stores after not being able to be produced, over the pandemic in the last part of 2020.
Yeah, Amy texted in. She said, simply 3 words, PEEPS are disgusting. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Thank you, Amy. Sonia's here at 800-447-7234. What's up, Sonia?
Well, I have a friend who worked in an office, and he was always calling all his coworkers, "Hey, my peeps, you're my peeps," or whatever. And he went on vacation one time, and he was gone for a week. And when he came back, all his coworkers had went out and bought all the peeps that they could find, and they absolutely covered his entire office with peeps.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he sent me a picture of it, and they were the yellow peeps. And there were peeps everywhere. There were peeps on his monitors. There were peeps on his filing cabinets. There were peeps on his desk. There were peeps on the floor. I mean, it looked like the peep explosion.
Right?
It was so funny. It was just hilarious.
Did he keep those peeps around for a while so he could have a little snacky snack every now and then?
No, I think he might have only eaten like one or two, but I don't know if you've ever had a peep after they've been sitting out for a while. They become like a little peep brick.
Oh.
They get really hard. So it's like, yeah, I think maybe after a couple of days he had to get a shovel and shovel them all out or something.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Well, here's something that'll make you feel good this morning. This one church in Pittsburgh that decided, let's take over a grocery store and pay for groceries. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
Yeah, so they go in, it's the Macedonia Church of Pittsburgh. They go into a giant Engel. That is their grocery store, of choice in that neighborhood. And they go in and for all the employees, because they are frontline workers during the pandemic, they had to go to work. They gave them all $50 gift cards for every employee just to say, thanks for all you're doing.
Yeah, and it wasn't like 20 or 30. It was 77 people. 77 people work at that store. And then they helped out about 200 other shoppers that were at that grocery store, and they paid their bills with gift cards, like $50 gift cards, which is so cool. The pastor of the church caught up with PXI. This is what he said on why this church wanted to do this.
If we can have 2021 have a fresh start for a lot of people, they feel blessed, they feel loved, they feel like they're not in this by themselves, that will be an awesome way for us to be who we are called to be.
Yeah, and they did it. They absolutely did it. You can hear their heart there, right?
Yeah. And, the people that were there to get groceries, as well as the employees, did not know something that momentous was going to happen when they woke up that morning. Maybe they were having a bad day. Man, it changed their whole outlook.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
I know how you can get something for free because you watched the Super Bowl, possibly, and it's chicken wings. Hey, it's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. So you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the big Super Bowl game that's coming up. Tom Brady and who's the other guy?
Patrick Mahomes.
I don't even know Kansas City. I just follow the Bucks and the Panthers and the Titans and the Falcons, and that's about it. I used to be really into football, but not much at all. But since I'm from Florida, specifically Tampa Bay, when they started doing pretty good, I'm like, well, I think I'll start watching some football again. And wow, they've been doing some good games. But here's the thing. If it's overtime, free chicken wings.
Like, it's so weird to me. I mean, the two do go together. Generally, if you're watching a big game like that, you have a lot of appetizers, and wings are generally part of it. This is Buffalo Wild Wings, and they said they will give America, that's everybody in America, 6 free chicken wings on February 22nd if the Super Bowl goes into overtime.
And they said, hey, if you're in Canada on the date we're going to do the chicken wings, we got you covered too, because they're going to throw in Canada. So it's on a specific date. So if the Super Bowl goes into overtime, then on February 22nd from 4 to 7, it's free chicken wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wow. So we'll see how that goes, right?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Liz got you covered this morning on his morning crew. I think this is a great vacation idea. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
And it's only going to set you back about $11 if you can score this deal. So you're going to play your Sony PlayStation all you want to, 24 hours plus if you want to, but you're going to do it inside of a 7-Eleven store. Does that sound like something you would want to do?
No.
Okay.
But
Let
thanks.
me sweeten the deal.
Okay.
Let me sweeten the deal a little bit. It's an Airbnb. It's in Dallas. You get all the snacks you could possibly want, all the Slurpees you could possibly want for 24 hours, and you get to play video games all night long.
At a 7-Eleven, what are they going to do? Set up a cot? Hey, this is a convenience store we're talking about.
Right. right. But it is tricked out. Like it has a very plush place to kind of sleep. I mean, it's got like all the lighting. It's really, really cool. And it would be, ask Eli, your son, your 12-year-old, if he would like to do this. I think the answer is going to be quite different for you.
It will be yes, because it's Xbox.
I don't PlayStation, but still.
Yeah, one or the other. It's still a gaming thing.
His morning crew.
Summer Olympics is coming up. It's like, what's going to happen? Is this really going to be the deal? We're still in this pandemic situation and quarantine and everything else. So Florida said, listen, bring it here because we can handle it. And their argument for their case is the NBA bubble. So I don't know if you remember, but the last 8 games in the last NBA season, in the middle of the pandemic, when it was really everybody was locked down, it seemed like, they made at Disney World, at the worldwide sports complex that they have at Disney, the NBA bubble. And so they had this protective area that only the NBA players are going to be in, and whatever media is taping or showing and broadcasting the games, and they're the only ones allowed in and out of that one place, so that there was this nice confined bubble. And so this is what they're arguing. They're saying our model of the NBA bubble is what we'll do with the Olympics, so that all of the coaches and athletes will be safe.
I just don't see, like Florida, I love your gumption, but I don't see how you can get it done and ready by the summer.
Quick. Yeah, it takes years to prepare for that. I mean, just up the road, Atlanta hosted the games, but it took a long time to prepare for the games
I was living
like
in
that.
Athens at that point. It was in '96 that the Olympic Games were in Atlanta, and it was like 4 or 5 plus years. They start getting ready before they actually win to be the Olympic city. So, Florida, I love you. I don't know.
His morning crew.
What was your Nerf gun like? Or your water pistol like when you were growing up as a kid? I had the squirt gun that you point, and if you're trying to point straight and squirt somebody with your squirt gun, it goes off to the left or the right. What's wrong?
We all had that.
Yeah, and now they have these Nerf guns, that have the little foam thing. It doesn't really hurt anybody.
Right.
And they're just wicked awesome now. For instance, Nerf has just come out with this Nerf blaster that can shoot their little Nerf darts around corners. Corners.
How does that work?
Corners. I don't know. But so there's like 3 different versions of them. So you've got the cheap version that's affordable, and then the Mac Daddy that is going to spend a little bit of dime on, not too much. So it's called the Nerf Rival Curve Shot Flex XXI 100. So that's like $15. And then they have the Curve Shot Side Wipe XX1 1200. And then they have the XXI 2000. And so each one has its own little variety of the curve and the velocity and how far they go and all that other stuff. It's like, I never had these kind of toys as a kid.
Now, and how am I now going to get away from my kids when they're trying to hunt me down in the house?
Right. So we have this 2-story house, and when you come into the front area, you got that little high ceiling thing, and then there's I have Nerf darts up on some of those windowsills that be there forever. I can't
and then
get
the
them down.
lampshades. I mean, they're everywhere. You can never get them.
Yeah, but now, they've brought this to a whole new level with this Nerf thing.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Let's go back to your 16-year-old self. What are some of the things that you were aspiring to do in life? It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Let me tell you about TJ. He's 16 years old. He has a passion to fly. As a matter of fact, his father bought him some flight lessons on his 15th birthday. So you have to get in all these hours and do all these things. And so when the pandemic hit, TJ's thinking, I've got to do something about this. And he wanted to help out hospitals. And so he caught up with the news in his town, WBOY. And this is what his thoughts were about what he could do with his passion for flying and helping out healthcare workers.
Flight training was one of the few things I had left to do. And I still wanted to find a way to go out and serve in the community. And there's a lot of small hospitals hurting. And after I made my first delivery, I saw how much in need people were. And so that's what's kind of motivated me to keep going.
Yeah, incredible. And here's what he wanted to deliver.
Yeah, he wanted to deliver PPE, those personal protection kits, to different people. Those things cost about $13 a piece for a little kit, from what I understand. He delivered 5,000 of them to a hospital in West Virginia, and he even came up with his own, foundation. It's called Supplies Over Skies.
Yeah, Operation SOS is what he calls it for short.
Yep.
It's a nonprofit. And he flies these supplies all over the place because he just wants to help out our frontline workers in the hospitals. And he's 16.
What I was trying to do at 16? Pass algebra. Kid, you got it.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Maybe you do this too. Maybe you look at something and you take it literally. Because that's what I did with this bread glove. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Literally. Panera's come out with this bowl. It's a bread bowl glove. And I'm thinking, so what? You go and you get this glove of bread and you put it on your hand because it's supposed to hold your cold drinks and your hand's supposed to be warm. And I'm thinking, what do? Take a bite of your glove and then a sip of your drink? I mean, what's this?
Yeah, no, it's actually made of fabric, but you put your hand in it. But it looks like one of their bread bowls, which is one of my favorite things that they have at Panera, because they put the soup in it and everything. Don't put soup in this because it'll go right through. Because it
sure
is
will.
fabric.
You're supposed to keep your hand warm and stuff, right? I mean, wow.
Yeah. But you put it on your hand, and then you can hold your iced coffee, or they sell iced tea, and then it keeps your hand all toasty.
In a cold, wintry day.
Yeah.
Really? Hey, you've seen it. I mean, we see the pictures of it. We're going to show it to you on the On Demand with Rob and Liz, Roku TV, Apple TV, the My HISRadio app, and HISRadio.com. So you'll see exactly what we're talking about. But, wow. I mean,
yeah.
Why would you want that?
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. You can't buy it, though. If you wanted to buy it, you can't do that. You got to win the thing.
What?
I registered.
Oh, I sure, yeah.
You know I did.
Mm-hmm. She's a prize hog. She tries to win everything.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Just out of curiosity, let's say you're on a ski lift and you're going up the lift and then you look down and you see, oh, look, there's somebody skiing down. They look pretty good. And then behind them is a bear. What would you do? It's Rob and Liz.
Freak out.
His morning crew on his radio. Well, of course, one of the first things you do is make sure that somebody in the ski lift gets their phone out to capture it. Nobody's ever going to believe this.
Why is that the first thing? Rather than use it to call 911 or to yell and scream, you get your phone out. But that's what happened. This was in Romania, and there's a guy on the ski lift, sees this happening, and the bear is going full throttle at this skier. I would think the skier had no idea, because you're just taking the slope, you're enjoying yourself. You have no idea a 12 million pound bear is right behind you.
Good thing the guy could ski.
For real, I would have fallen. I don't ski. I've only been skiing one time. I know I would have fallen. I would have been that bear's lunch like that.
Yeah, right? Well, the good thing is somebody did call from the ski lift to the authorities, and the police did show up, and they distracted the bear, so the bear is no longer a thing, is not going to hurt anybody, especially the one who was going down the slopes. But, whoa, amazing.
Scary
I know, right?
stuff.
I'm glad everybody's okay.
His morning crew.
You ever look at a movie trailer and go, why are they even doing that movie? It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. I don't know if you do that or not, but I saw the other day Godzilla versus Kong. King Kong. I'm like, have they run out of movie plots? I mean, what? Why even this one? And then come to find out, TJ, one of our His Radio TV producers, is he's got a theory of who's going to win, because I guess Godzilla and Kong go head to head and duke it out all over the planet in this thing.
And he's wrong. His theory is completely wrong on who he thinks is going to win. Godzilla gets in the ring with King Kong. Godzilla's winning. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. That you're wrong. 100% absolutely wrong. King Kong has opposable thumbs. He can grab whatever he wants to.
Wait a minute. He has what?
Godzilla's tail.
What did he say? He has what? What kind of thumbs?
Opposable thumbs.
Opposable thumbs. I thought he said disposable for a second.
No. Well, when Godzilla gets a hold of them, they will be disposable thumbs. He's going to burn them right off. He has atomic breath. that can, I mean, it's like he's breathing fire. He can just burn King Kong up like that.
Listen, there's kids. Sorry, kids. Don't mean to don't mean to scare you.
No, it's not. It's a movie. It's not for real. Sorry. I was very passionate about my love for Godzilla.